Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Oh, okay, I'm live. Good. All right. All right. Give me a second to share this, and then we're going to jump right in. Okay. Hey, everybody. Hey, Sheba, how you doing? All right. I'm going to share this to my groups. Okay. All right. And if you guys if you want to share, please feel free to do that. And if you want to tag friends, feel free to do that as well. All right. Happy Moon Day. Yay. Okay, so let's get into this. This video is for my friends out there that hate dating, right? I used to be one of those people. But you desire to meet a person and share space with a companion. But at the same time, with anything that you're manifesting and anything that you want to do in life, you've got to take actions toward it. So if you are looking to be, booed up or, just be in the company of the opposite sex, you're going to have to date. You're just going to have to do it. There's no way around it, right? And you're talking to somebody who does not like dating, okay? But I've had to learn how to make dating fun, and that's more of an internal thing than it is. There's some things you can do externally as well, but really it's an internal thing. Most of the time when we don't like dating, it is because we already are expecting for it to fall apart, or we are expecting the worst to happen, right? We're expecting that this person is going to be like all the other people that I knew before, all the other people that I've dated previously, right? Or the dating pool. I always see people say the dating pool is, not that great. So the first thing you need to do to make dating fun is to change your mindset around it. Big, 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 big step. Change your mindset. When you start speaking out what you're expecting to get back, you're going to get exactly that back. So if you're one of those people that says, the dating pool sucks, there aren't any good men, or there aren't any good women, or this new term, high value man or high value woman, whatever that means to you, because I feel like that means different things to different people, right? What I might find to be high value in a man, the next woman may find that not to be a big deal for her. So I believe like that whole term high value, that is very subjective. It's not an across the board thing, okay? Because you could get somebody that has a great job, makes a lot of money, drives a nice car, dresses really well educated, and they're, for the most part, really nice, but they may lack in other areas that are very important to you, though they may be deal breakers in those areas. So what you identify as a high value man or woman is totally left up to you. Do not let social media and memes tell you how to date. Don't let them tell you how to date. That is something that you have to get in alignment with on your own. And you've got to do that by understanding what's more important to you, okay? But the first thing is to change your mindset, because it's a law of attraction. Whatever you expect to happen is going to happen. So if I expect that I'm getting on this dating app, but all these dudes are the same, I'm not attracting anybody, I don't see anybody that I like, guess what? Every time you swipe, what is it, left, right, whatever, I'm not on any dating apps right now, but every time you swipe left or right, whatever it is, you're going to get the same results over and over and over. If you live in a certain state, I live in California, I live in Los Angeles. And so for years, because the experience of dating was very different from that which I had in DC, I automatically associated it with, oh man, LA dudes they just not the same as East Coast men and men from the South, right? I would automatically say that. And so every time I'd meet somebody, guess what? my subconscious mind created a scenario where I proved myself right, that these men are different from what I'm used to, and the experience is not what I want. Okay. And the moment I changed my language and I started saying, you know what? If I am the way I am, right? If I'm a high vibe person or elevated being or whatever you want to call yourself, right? I'm pretty sure that there are men out there who are also high vibe and elevated beings. Okay. Pretty sure about that. And I'm pretty sure if I run a business and I make my own schedule and I make a decent living and I'm able to travel and I'm able to do all of these fun things, there's also somebody out there who has a similar lifestyle. Okay. LA is a big, big place, very, very big place. So I'm bound to run into at least 10 men that fit that category. Okay. At the very least, 10 men fit that category. So when I started changing my mindset around it, and I had to start from speaking it differently and not engaging in conversations with my girlfriends who were also having those same ideas, right? When I stopped engaging in that conversation, and even when the conversation would get started up, I would say, wait a minute, no, I don't think like that anymore. And then we would start having a different conversation because the energy shifted, right? And so then I started meeting a whole different set of men. Now, every man that I meet, off the break, I can check several things off the list as soon as I meet them. Okay. So even though there may be some differences in opinions and the way we view the world and things like that, we still are able to have a really good time with each other. And even if it doesn't result in marriage, that's fine. So that brings me to point number 2, right? This is number 2. First one, change your mindset, change your language. Okay. You have to start with the language and then the mindset will follow. Number 2, everybody is not going to be the one. A lot of people go into dating thinking that, oh, they're going to be this is going to be the one. This is going to be him because my card said I was about to meet this person, right? Or my psychic said this person is coming in the year 2022. So it's got to be him. We just met and I just got the reading like 2 weeks ago. So it's got to be him. Okay. Or they fit everything on my list. We have this amazing chemistry and oh my goodness, this is so awesome. It's him. It's him. It's got to be him. He's my twin flame or he's my soulmate. It's got to be him. Drop that. Drop that. How many ones are there? There's a lot of people out there that can be the one. Anybody can be the one, honestly. 9 times out of 10, if you're dating them and they turn out to not be the one or both of you all created that end result through your mindset, through your expectation. We usually place very high expectations on the people that we're dating. That's a huge, huge mistake. Because 9 times out of 10, most people are not going to live up to your expectations because guess what? They don't have to. Nobody has to live up to your expectation. No one has to. If you find that what has happened doesn't match or resonate with what works for you, you have the freedom to walk away. You ain't got to deal with them. But most people have a hard time walking away because it's like, man, it took me so long to finally meet somebody that I connect with and feels good to me. How much longer am I going to have to wait before I meet another person like that? So let me just see if this will work out. Let me just see if I put more time and more energy and effort into this, maybe it'll shift and maybe it'll change. Instead of just allowing for things to naturally and organically unfold, most of the time we're so happy that we met somebody that matches and fits that dynamic and fits the thing that we need them to fit, right? And we put all these expectations around them, we try to hold on to it because we don't know if we're going to get it again. Because it's taken so long for it to come. I don't know if I want to let go of this, okay? Which brings me to number 3 of how we can make dating fun. So now what? We're changing our mindset / language, okay? We are letting go of expectations, all right? And then number 3, be open. Be open to the possibility of change. Be open to the fact that this may not be the person. Be open to meeting new people. Allow yourself to be open to meet new people. And when you meet the new people, you're just meeting them because this is another person that can possibly add something to my life. Maybe we'll just be great friends. Maybe they'll introduce me to some people that can help me in my endeavors in my work and my career, you know. Maybe they're just a person that's great to talk to on the phone and go grab a coffee with. And maybe it's not going to go anywhere, but I'm not going to shut myself off from meeting new people just because I'm excited about this one person. Okay. And it doesn't mean that you have to be sexually active with everybody you meet either. But if you want to do your thing, ain't no judgment here. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. Just, you know, make sure you do what you got to do to keep your energy and your health safe and protected, okay? So shift your mindset and the way you speak about dating in general, okay? 2, release all expectation. We're going to do this for however long we're supposed to do this for however long we want to do this for, okay? And 3, be open to other possibilities. This is all what I'm saying to you guys. Guess what this is? This ain't nothing but manifestation 101. It goes across the board. It's not just, it doesn't end just with manifesting money and houses and cars and careers. We're manifesting moment by moment, second by second, every day, all day long, we are manifesting, okay? So if you want to have a different experience when you're dating, then you're going to have to apply the same principles that you would for manifesting anything else in your life, changing the mindset, changing the speech and the language, okay, releasing the expectation, saying what you want and then releasing the expectation, right? And then being open to it, for it to come to you in all shapes and ways. That's how you make dating fun. That's how you get excited about dating, right? Other things we can do, go shopping. Go buy some nice, cute little outfits for ladies, you know, change your hair up, you know, get your nails done, or, you know, do press-ons like I do. That's what I do. I do press-ons because every time I go get my nails done, they do something to my nails. And I'm like, my natural nail ends up suffering or they end up cutting my skin or something like that. So I just do my own. I love press-ons because I get to change them however many times I want to, right? And my nails stay healthy. That's just a little tip for anybody out there, okay? And take yourself out. Go out by yourself. Treat yourself like a queen, okay? Gentlemen, same thing. Go out by yourself. Go I'm about to say the beach. Everybody doesn't live near the beach, but I live in LA. So go hang out by the beach. Go grab you a cocktail at the bar, and just be alone. Be by yourself. Enjoy your own company first, so that when you do meet somebody, you're able to allow them to come in and enjoy your company as well, right? Because the way we feel about ourselves, that translates out into the rest of the world. So if you're constantly drawing in people who aren't consistent, or they start calling, they get excited at first, and then they kind of just drop off a little bit, you know, that if you haven't dealt with your inner issues, like your codependency issues, that can really be triggering. It could be very, very triggering. So if you haven't dealt with, you know, abandonment issues and fears of rejection, not feeling like you're not enough, feeling like you have to overcompensate, things like that. If you have issues in those areas, right? Then dating and getting into relationships and becoming involved with another person highlights all of that stuff. It triggers all of that stuff and it brings it up to the surface, okay? And this is what triggers those thoughts. Those thoughts start going. And then the next thing you know, man, everything was going so well. What happened? What happened? We usually blame the other person. We usually say, well, he did this, she said this, and it just threw me off. And I don't know, like she had on this outfit, it was way too tight. And I don't know how I feel about my woman being out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Or, yeah, he didn't call me back and I called him and he didn't answer the phone and it took him too long to call me back. So I don't know how I feel about this. Like he's not doing this, he's not doing that. Okay. So we start going down this rabbit hole and those thoughts just start getting us carried away. And then the next thing you know, something that started off so beautiful ends up being flushed down the toilet. Okay, now you're not speaking, you know, you're like, I don't care, yeah, I'm good on that or whatever, and we move on to the next. But then in the next one, we're having similar patterns show up for us. Okay, we're having similar things show up in the next situation. And the reason why you keep getting the same situation dressed up in a different suit or a different dress with a different face and a different name is because you are still the same. You are still the same. Things need to be shifted internally. Okay. So allow for your experience, be open to meeting new people. A lot of people shut themselves off and they're like, you know what, I'm just not going to date. I'm just going to focus on me. But see, my thing, I'm like, let's flip that around. Let's do it a different way. Yes, let's get out there even more. Oh, that was hard. That was crushing. That broke my heart. I'm about to get right back out there again and see if I've shifted anything. See if I've healed something yet that might give me a different result. Take your time to yourself to heal and to tap into those issues, okay? And to reverse those issues. But do not shut yourself off from new experiences. I say no to that. Unless you've tapped in and your higher self, your inner awareness is saying you need to take a break for a minute, just take a minute to breathe and heal and then get back out there. But most people will just shut themselves off, quickly cut everybody off. The moment he do this, I'm done. The moment she says it, the moment she do that, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? How many times have we cut off someone that we just met too soon? Out of fear, out of expecting the worst. Most people expect the worst. Most people speak the worst. And the reason why we expect the worst, right? Prepare for the best, expect the worst. Man, that's a whole phrase that the majority of the world actually believes. Prepare for the best, but expect the worst. No. Prepare for the best, expect the best. I expect the best. And everything ain't got to end up the way in marriage. Everything doesn't have to end up in us being together forever. But while we're together, I expect to be treated like the goddess that I am. And that's what happens. I get treated like the goddess that I am. And when the time has ended, the time has ended. There are no hard feelings. There's no F you, I don't want to hear you from no, honey. We did what we needed to do. Thank you very much. I've learned a lot about what I needed to learn from myself. I hope that you gained some knowledge too. And good luck in your next endeavor. I'm on to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, until the one or one of them, right, fits my lifestyle, complements my lifestyle, and of course, vice versa, right? And then we'll do that for however long we need to do that for. Non-attachment. See, if I'm not attached to anything, right? I'm not attached to friendships. I'm not attached to my business. I love what I do. But you know what? If I woke up tomorrow and my spirit, my inner self, the highest part of me says, you know what? It's time for you to do something else. Shut it down. Boom. No problem at all. No problem at all. But when we are too attached and we don't want to let go, y'all, that's codependency. And it's the reason I created my codependency program, because I realized that I had that same issue. And I had to go through a process. I had to take myself through a process to break the chains, to break the pattern, so that I could enjoy dating, so that I could freely date and have zero attachment to anything. I don't care how much I like a person. I don't care if I'm in love with that person. If there is no ring on this finger, if there have been no vows exchanged, no agreements made, right? I am not attached to that person. Doesn't matter how good they make me feel. I'm not attached to that. I remain open to all possibilities. And the reason I was so attached in the past, and ain't been that many men that I've been attached to. Let's just be very clear about that, okay? Because see, codependency works both ways. You have runners and then you have chasers, but both people can be codependent. A runner can be codependent, a chaser is definitely codependent, right? Okay, but when I realized my pattern and I understood, oh my goodness, I have codependency issues. As soon as I went in and did that work, did not take long, not long at all. I gave myself 21 days. I went in and I downloaded a process. 21 days, boom, I was good. Guess what I ended up doing? I ended up walking away from the situation I was in that I thought was going to kill me if I walked away. I was like, this man is amazing. I don't want to walk away from this. But see, I wasn't getting everything that I knew that I deserved and that I desired out of that situation. Doesn't make him a bad person at all. He's an amazing man, beautiful person. However, the energy that I was vibrating at, right? The energy that lived inside of me, that codependent energy, was dictating the way that relationship was working, right? It was dictating the way I was moving, thinking, behaving, and expecting. My expectancy created a lot of the situations that took place during our time together. Now, I'm not taking blame for all of this, because guess what? Codependents usually attract each other. So we were highlighting each other's codependent behaviors, thought patterns, belief systems. Okay. But if it wasn't from me being open and saying, you know what, I'm going to actually allow myself to have this experience, if I wasn't open to that, I would have never caught wind of me having issues of codependency. And see, codependency trickles down into all areas of your life. It's not just about romantic partnership. It trickles over into your work life, your friendships, your money, your health, your weight. Okay. Your level of commitment to self. How consistent you are in your practices and what you do for yourself and your business. So all of these things that we don't even really associate with us having codependent behavior patterns, right, affect us on a daily basis. And we're always like, man, how come I can't seem to stay focused? How come I can't seem to, stay consistent with this? I've been working on this project for so long and it's still not done. And I start and I stop. Okay. Once I broke free of that cycle, I was able to become more aware of my thoughts and my behaviors. And I created a tool, a system, techniques to help me stay on track. But you have to become aware of it first. Then you learn the techniques, you learn the system, you learn the tools, and you start applying them moving forward in your life. Because it's when you break a codependent cycle, you're breaking an addiction, because it is an addiction. I'm addicted to expecting the worst. I'm codependent on the behavior of expecting the worst in my relationships and my friendships and my connections to the world around me. So just like any addiction, right? For a while, even after you've released the energy or released the need to behave in the ways that you used to, it doesn't mean that opportunities will not show up for you to test you, right? Because it's still a program that is deeply entrenched, that has taken us 30, 40, 50 years, right, to form. We formed these patterns for a very long time. So while a 21-day process can absolutely help you break the chains, right, break free of the chains, there's still maintenance that you have to do maintenance on these things. But this is how you set yourself free, especially if you have issues with dating. If you have issues with making new friends. If you have issues with opening up to people that you just met because you're afraid that they're going to take advantage, they're going to betray you, they're going to stab you in your back, that all stems from some level, some form of codependency. I have trained my mind and my body how to protect myself from seeming danger. So to help me cope with the fear of being betrayed and expecting the worst, I do these behaviors. I either cut things off too quick because I start creating. And as I'm creating, I'm seeing the evidence of my creation play out right in front of me, okay? Or I hold on too long, I stay too long. Because I'm fearful that I'm not going to get another chance like this again. Or maybe I'm like, well, I didn't try hard enough, right? I didn't try hard enough to make this work. I didn't prove myself enough. I didn't prove my worthiness to them enough. They just don't know yet. They just don't know how awesome I am yet. Where does that come from? Overgiving, oversharing, right? How do you find the happy balance? How do you determine where you fall in that range of codependency? How do you know? How do you even know it's codependent behavior? Most people don't know until they get into a relationship or until they get into a situation with a friend or a group of people or, at work or whatever, right? They get into a situation. And even then, you're not 100% cued in. Oh my God, I got codependency issues. Most people think, well, my parents were great. They raised me great. I didn't have any problems at home. I had a great life as a kid. Did you ever feel like you weren't first choice? Ever? Not just at home, but at school. Did you ever feel like you didn't always quite belong somewhere? Yes, most of us wear that as a badge of honor. Like I always felt different, like I didn't belong, right? Okay. But what did that do to your psyche? Did it push you all the way left and made you be so different and stand out? Because see, what people don't realize is that that is also a way of proving your worth. I am so different from all of you over there that won't accept me. I'm different from y'all. I'm different. So I'm gonna really make myself look so super different to prove that I don't need you. See? Okay. So went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but I want to make sure that people understand these levels, okay? Because codependency is like this little quiet, subtle thing, right? It can be very, very subtle, but it can also be very, very bold. And some people, you'd be like, oh, she got codependency issues, child. She's a little too needy, da, 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 da. But it's so much deeper than that, right? It's a broader subject. It's not just about being too needy or being a people pleaser and all of this stuff. It is a very, very long, deep line of different character traits and personality disorders and things that happen that we're not even 100% aware of, right? Until you sit down and you start having the conversation, until you are asked the right questions. Okay, until you move through certain processes and activities that help bring certain things to the surface that you're like, oh my God, that's why I do this. Okay. And it's not about feeling ashamed. It's not about feeling bad. It's not about, coming down on yourself or being hard on yourself. All you're doing is you're gaining information so that you now have tools to flip things around so that you can have a better experience, whether you're dating, whether you're working with a group of people, or you need to get along with your boss, or you need to get along with your family members, or you need to come to grips and come to terms with relationships with your girlfriends or your guy friends, or just a relationship with your own body, a relationship with your money, relationship with food. Because remember, codependency is an addiction. Okay? You can be addicted to a lot of things. You can be addicted to a way of thinking and a way of doing things. Okay? Remember, your programs are automatic. They're automatic. They run your daily life. And most of the time, we're not even aware of what that program is doing, how that program is serving us. Because it's always serving you. I know we say, I'm letting go of things that no longer serve me. It's always serving you, even up until the very end point of you letting it go. It's always serving you. That's the beauty of it. It's always serving. Okay. So I am starting a new cycle of the Breaking Chains, Overcoming Codependency program, okay? I'm taking 4 people per group. It is a private hypnotherapy group session. We are together for 6 weeks, and it's an intensive program to really help you break the chains of codependency. Okay, you're going to walk away with tools that you're going to be able to use forever. And what this is going to do is the more you use these tools, as things come up, because things will always come up, they will always come up. And as you continue to use these tools, what you're doing is you're training the brain and the nervous system. You're training the mind and the nervous system, how to better navigate through heightened emotions, okay? As you move through your dating journey, a lot of things are going to come up. You're going to get triggered by some things, right? But now you'll have tools that you can quickly go in and apply. You got to use your tools, though. You have to use the tools. That's the key. The whole key to all of this is to use the tools that you're given. And the reason why I apply hypnosis in everything that I do is to make sure you use tools because hypnosis helps to implant new behaviors. All right. It goes deeper than just you learning a technique or a tool. But most people can learn new things, right? But do they really implement it? Do they really continue using it? 9 times out of 10, they don't. They take a class or they go through a program and it works. And then all of a sudden, 6 months later, 2 months later, 3 months later, I'm back. It's still not working. It's still not working. Well, are you putting those tools in place? No. Oh, I forgot. Okay. So I use hypnosis as a way to help you program into your subconscious, into your cellular memory and your nervous system. Hey, wait a minute. I'm feeling that thing again. I have a tool for that. Let me use that. Okay. That's how that works. All right. So if you guys are interested, I would recommend setting up a phone consultation so we can discuss, how the session goes and everything like that, just to make sure it's a good fit for you. I am currently accepting enrollments and registrations for this. Okay, we already have two people signed up. So there are 2 more slots left. And if I need to start another group, I can do that as well. Okay. But I don't want to do more than 4 people at a time, because I want to make sure that everybody gets time and space to share, and then we go into execution. All right. So with that being said, I hope that this has been helpful for somebody. Please do feel free to share this video. I'm going to upload it to YouTube as well. So if you don't get a chance to watch it here, it'll be on YouTube, but it'll be over here as well. Okay. So I hope you guys have a fabulous moon day. And this is a great day to also tap into your subconscious mind and ask the moon to assist with bringing things to the surface that you need to take a look at that might need to be adjusted. Okay. I love Monday work, because Monday work helps to tap into the deeper part of ourselves that are hidden, that are, because the moon deals with the unconscious and the emotions, right? So this is a great day to do self-work, shadow work, so to speak. All right. I live in shadow work because that's what I do for a living. Somebody asked me like, do you do shadow work? I was like, that's exactly what I do. It's all I do is shadow work. My business is shadow work. Okay. So when we work together, that's what we're doing. We're doing shadow work. We digging in, seeing what's in there, what needs to be shifted, what needs to be adjusted, and we go in and execute and get that thing going. Okay. Yes, Imani. Absolutely. Yes, Sheba. Overgiving and oversharing. Yep. Hey, Sarita. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to get off of here, but I hope that this has been helpful for you. So I will. Yes, honey. Once you get started, it's hard to stop. Stuff just keeps coming up. Yes. All right. So I will repost the flyer. So if you're interested in getting in on this group, then I highly recommend that you go ahead and get in now. And then it is $9.97 for the full 6 weeks, but you can make three bi-weekly payments of $332.33. Okay. So I'll post it in here. The best way to get started is to set up a free consultation and we go from there. So my goal is to get everybody signed up and ready to roll by April 20th so we can get going. Okay. So that is that. And also for those of you who might be interested in learning hypnosis, how to do hypnosis, I have a beta test program that's going to be starting May 1st. So if you'd like to get in on that as well, then make sure you you know, hop over to the Mind Magic, not the Mind Magic Institute, Lord. Manifesting Success with Mind Magic group. If you're not a member over there already, go ahead and join. I have all the information about the hypnosis course that I'm going to be starting up on May 1st. So I'm accepting registration for that. I'm only taking 10 people. So if you're interested in learning from one of the best in the biz, then I highly recommend that you guys go on over there and get that info. Okay, I won't be posting that here. It's only going to stay in the Manifesting Success with Mind Magic group. All right, I love you guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.